Hi everyone, in this video I am reading Eldon Xavier Brown based on the show The Next Step. This is a hyphenated name I gave the characters since a majority of the characters on The Next Step don't have last names. So, the people in this fanfic are Amanda, Lucy, and Riley, James, Miss Kate, Eldon's brothers, who I've now named Tommy and Benny, Eldon's mom, who I've named Lainey. Okay. Alright. So, we don't meet his family in the show. We meet his real life dad, but they're not related in the show. Which I wish they were, because that would be such a good plot line. That could explain quite a bit. Anyway. Don't think you need to read this part. Alright. Eldon Xavier Brown. Alright. Eldon walks into Studio A with a couple of friends. He, meaning Eldon, is disappointed to see Lucy in there with Amanda. Eldon annoyed. Great, he's here again. I mean, he calls himself a choreographer when he can't even dance. To be honest, I don't think we ever see Lucy dance. I didn't realize he was the choreographer. I thought he was like a studio head like Miss Kate for the longest time too, so if he's head choreographer yet, we never see him dance. To my knowledge. Anyway. Back to story now. James brings up, that's kind of insulting, bro. I mean, I know he's a villain, but doesn't mean we have to be mean to him. Eldon realizes, yeah, I get that, but have you seen him dance lately? It's pathetic. Meanwhile, with Amanda and Lucy and Mad. That's it. Eldon Xavier Brown, get your butt over here right now. Loudly. I can't say it loudly because I'm recording this before bed. But you get the point. Eldon Xavier Brown, get your butt over here right now. James offended. Seriously, bro? You told Lucian your full name, but not me? Eldon whispers, I'll explain later. Eldon, challenging, says, what if I don't come over? Lucian informs, first, you'll be busting it home, and second, I'll tell everyone your little secret. Eldon gives in, okay, I'm coming. Eldon is now with Lucian and Amanda. Lucian madly says, I know your parents didn't teach you to act like that. Eldon bravely, well, my mom sure didn't. Sorry. Just realized. Where is it? Here. Quick edit. Wrong button. Lucian, confused. What's that supposed to mean? Eldon brings up certain. Just that my dad told me if I don't get what I want, all I have to do is lie, scheme, and or cheat to get it. Isn't that right? Amanda egging on. Ooh, burn. James has now joined him. Eldon and Lucian's conversation. James questions confused. Why is Lucian disciplining you like he's your father? Quickly says, no reason. Now, can you honor the agreement? Go back to Elite where you belong, says Eldon. Lucian, Matt says, since you made that comment, announces with his hand in the air, can I get everyone's attention? Eldon requests, please don't. Lucian. Spelled that wrong. Okay. Lucian debates, well, since you said please, looks up pretending to consider it. Nah, I'm still gonna tell. It's time to learn that there are consequences to your actions, says Lucian. Eldon annoyed. And you're one to talk, making Amanda your mole. Well, you refuse to be my mole, so I had no other choice. Pause. I think it would have been so funny to find out that Eldon was actually the first choice for Mole because he's already there, and then he refused. So Lucien's like, okay, fine, you're my second best. So, Amanda, can you be my mole? Like, that would have been so funny, in my opinion. Anyway, let's get back to the story. I just realized a majority of these videos I film in YouTube mode, not TikTok mode, but whatever. It's too late now. Lucien debates. Well, since you said please, looks up pretending to consider it. Nah, I'm still gonna tell. It's time to learn there are consequences to your actions, says Lucien. Eldon says, I don't want to talk making Amanda your mole. Lucien informs, well, you refused to be my mole, so I had no other choice. Riley shocked. Wait, Eldon, you knew about the mole thing? Amanda, confused. Wait, Riley, how'd you know? Informs, I overheard a conversation you were having with Lucien over the phone. Amanda, understanding. Okay, well, that makes sense. And I was your second pick to be a mole, says Amanda. Lucy informs, that's only because if Eldon had said yes, no one would have suspected him. Okay, well that makes more sense. Lucy happily says, good. Glad we cleared that up. James wonders, no offense, but why are you so certain we wouldn't suspect Eldon as a mole? And why was Eldon even considered as a mole in the first place? Eldon explains, he thought because of my personality, no one would suspect me, and that's exactly why I was his first consideration. James, understanding, okay, that makes sense. 3 seconds later, look, Lucien, sorry for earlier. Please don't tell them my secret. Lucien debating says, let me think about that. Nope, actions have consequences, and that's final. Can one of you get Miss Kate out of her office? I would love to see her reaction to this. Riley says, no, fine, I'll get her. Now, in Miss Kate's office, Lucien has a big secret. He's insisting on you hearing it, and he's insisting on you hearing it. Miss Kate's now in the studio. Lucien happily says, everyone's here. The truth about Eldon that he so desperately doesn't want you to know is that he's my son. Mimics dropping a mic. Okay, now I'll leave you with that. Dramatically struts out of the room. Studio A, Miss Kate, shocked and wide-eyed. Wait, what? James realizes. So that's how you knew your full name. Then explains. Yes, he chose it, so of course he knows. Of course he knew. Riley clarifies, so this is true. Eldon, no. Oops. It's supposed to be an L, not an I. Eldon says, yes. James realizes, that's why he full named you and disciplined you the way he did. Eldon answers, yes and yes. Miss Kate wiping drool off her face, out of shock. I don't know what to say. I'm sort of speechless, out of awe. I think I speak for everyone when I say I did not see that coming. Studio in unison say, we second that. Eldon admits it, accountable. Sorry. Just with the history of our studios, I thought it would be better if I kept that a secret. A-troopers. I hope you know what I mean by that. Right? That's something that you say. Members of A-troop is what I mean. Anyway. Understandingly say, we get it. Riley, acknowledging, says, I know if I were in your shoes, I'd want it to be a secret too. Okay, A-troopers agreeing. We second that. The A-troopers accept his apology, though he plans on trying to apologize again. So, roughly 5 hours later, Eldon's at home with his family at the dinner table. Eldon apologizes. I'm sorry, Dad, for what I said to you at TNS this morning. Mom tells, I'm in no way condoning Eldon's actions here, but what were you doing at TNS? What about your agreement? What about your agreement? Eldon held up his part of it. Why can't you? Says Eldon's mom. Lucian, annoyed, says, so what? Is it a crime for me to want to see my kid? And he points out, when you agree to stay out of each other's dance lives, it sort of is. Eldon informs, I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but did he tell you what he did to me in retaliation? And he intrigued, no, tell me what he did. Eldon reveals, he flat out outed me to all my friends. They all know we're related, thanks to him. Then he gives Lucian a death stare. Lucian, what did you expect me to do? He was insulting me. And he tells Manly, I expect you to handle it like an adult. Either let it go or take him aside to talk. Outside of the studio. Lucian, annoyed. Thanks a lot for ratting me out to your mom, says Lucian. Yes, don't mean to stir the pot, but what were his insults? Lucian, mad, says, he said, I can't dance, and the only thing I taught him was when you don't get what you want, just lie, cheat, and scheme till you get it. Benny stopping himself from laughing. That was a solid insult, and true. Lucian, mad, hey, and apologizes again, sorry. Lucian acknowledges, I'm sorry too, bud. I shouldn't have outed you. Your mom's right. There were other ways I could have dealt with it, so I'm very sorry. Thank you, Dad, says Eldon. So everyone accepts each other's apologies and enjoy that there are no more secrets between them. To Eldon Xavier Brown, I hope you enjoyed. Once by this fanfic, I thought, what if Eldon starts roasting Lucian? And Lucian hears, and that's what inspired this fanfic. Also, as I was writing this, I'm like, you know what? I think Eldon's mom would be a lawyer. That makes sense. Anyway, or a judge, something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Edited and final spell check from July 11th, 2025 at 6:31 p.m. to September 6th, 2025 at 7:56 p.m. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.